Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O football system. I want to go over our sweep pin and pull RPO in our 5D version. What this consists of is us showing it against 5 different fronts and 5 different defensive coverages. Let's take a look. Okay, to start, we'll give you a visual of this. This is pin and pull sweep RPO to the right. This is actually 9th graders here at State High running this. You can see we actually have the tight end to the right is down in a 3-point stance, and we've got 2 flankers there. Again, with sweep and stretch RPOs, the will is the conflict or read key defender. If he fills, we would drill the back side here with the X at the bottom. If he sits, the back is going to get. Let's take a look. You can see here we get the guards pulling, good 5 steps, and he's downhill, and we're off. Sweep, pin, and pull. All right, now that you've seen big picture visual of pin and pull sweep, let's break it down with our offensive line play. Again, we use covered uncovered rule, meaning if you are covered, in general, you're going to pin, and we use a U call, and if you're uncovered, you're going to be the puller, and we use a me call. Again, it is a man gap scheme, meaning if you have leverage inside, we're going to go ahead and pin down and pull. So first, let's look at the upper right-hand corner against an odd. This is clear covered uncovered rules. You can see the guards are uncovered. They become the me calls and the pullers, and the tackles and center are covered, and they would be a U call. The key with the pulling is we want to do a deep, long pull, give ground to gain ground, and you're always going to pull to the next second level linebacker towards the front side. If you look at the upper left hand corner against a 4-3 even, this is what I mean about using angles. You can see the left tackle here is technically covered, but he's going to go ahead and pin down on the defensive tackle, and the guard becomes the puller, and the center does the same thing there with those defenders in those gaps. We want to create blocking angles and leverage. Again, the call here is just me if you're a puller and you if you're a pinner. Okay, now with sweep RPO, backfield steps and technique. Again, with pin and pull, he uses the same steps and technique as he does with stretch zone. He's going to pivot with his left foot, one away from the quarterback, slow to fast. We still don't want to be in a hurry. And then he'll take 5 steps straight towards the sideline. On the 5th step, he wants to point his toe at a 45-degree angle right at the backside of the H-back reading his block. He wants to go to the backside of the H-back, whichever way that is, inside or outside. Quarterback will take 1 shuffle step laterally to the front side, reading the will backer, and then pivot into his pass position. All right, here's sweep RPO versus our first defense, a 4-3 even cover 4. Again, we're going to do this exactly the same as our stretch zone from a read standpoint. Again, a 4-3 even means we've got guards are covered by defensive linemen and the center is uncovered, and it's a 4-3 because the mic is in the middle. Where our read key, just like stretch zone, is our weak backside linebacker, second level defender, which in this case is the will backer. Again, if he fills to the front side or laterally fills across the formation, then we'll drill the pass. If he sits, the back will get. You can see then our A receiver still runs his Mickey middle route, meaning if the will fills, he'll just run a 2-step slant and replace him. If he sits, he runs his bender read, getting to open space between the safeties there now. The Z always runs a 4-step looky route, so they've got a 1-2 read progression for the quarterback. All right, our second defense is a 4-2 stack cover 3. It's a stack because it's still an even front. Center's uncovered, guards are covered, but the linebackers now are splitting the center. They're stacked over the guards. Cover 3 because we've got 1 high safety with 2 corners deep, so we got 3 deep coverage. Again, the read key is the will linebacker. For us, again, when the linebackers are stacked, the mic is always to the play side call, and the will is the weak side. We're going to go ahead and read the will still, just like stretch zone. The A receiver again will take his two-step slant. If he fills, then he has to replace him with the slant and we can drill him. If he sits, then he runs his bender read, which would be a seam in the situation, and the quarterback then would give. Okay, third defense is a 34 odd cover 2. Odd front, because again, the guards now are uncovered, and it's 3 down front, 4 linebackers with 2 high safeties, corners in the flats, cover 2. Again, Mike and Will are straddling the center, so the Mike is to the play side of the left, the Will is the weak side backer stacked over our guard. Again, he's our read key conflict defender. The A receiver again will run his Mickey middle, 2-step slant, and replace him if he fills. If he sits, then again he would run his bender read with 2 high safeties. Now he would bend to the middle. Quarterback has same read progression. If the will sits, the back gets. If the will fills, then we drill that A receiver looking number 1. If we don't like it, we've got the 4-step lookie with the Z behind him, inside out. Fourth defense is the 33 stack cover 1. Still an odd front, guards uncovered, but now the linebackers are stacked over those defensive linemen. Cover 1 because we've got 1 high safety in the middle, but we're man underneath. Nothing changes, just like our stretch zone. The will linebacker is still the read key. If he fills, then the A receiver runs his 2-step Mickey middle read, where he runs a 2-step slant and replaces him. If he sits against 1 high safety, he would run up the seam to open grass. Quarterback uses same read progression. Will fills, we can drill. Will sits, back gets. All right, our last defense in the 5D version with our sweep RPO is a TNT, what we call a bear front, and a cover 0, which is straight man with no deep safeties. Again, bear means the guards in the center are all covered. You can see here we've got the Mike and the Will straddling the center again. So for us again, the Mike is always to the play side, which is to the left, and the Will is the weak side stack backer. Again, with stretch zone and sweep zone, the Will is always the read key defender. The A still runs his Mickey middle route, meaning if the Will fills, he'll do a 2-step slant to replace him. If the Will sits, now we just want to go ahead and bend to the middle of the field and get vertical to get away from him. Quarterback has same read sequence. If the will fills, we can drill that to the A or the Z. If he sits, the back would still get. With this, it's a great example of a time to use an alert call, though, by the quarterback to think pass first, run second. Thanks.